Wagwan, and today we will be talking about my UFC 318 picks. I don't know if I want to start off with the early prelims this time or not. You know what, screw it. We're just gonna do a normal picks video again. Let's start off with the early prelims and go up to the main card. Alright, the first fight on the card, we have Carly Judas versus Nicole Cagliari. I'm gonna go with Carly Judas because she has some nasty kicks in her arsenal, man. I think anyway, I don't fucking know. Anyways, next we have Bruno Ferreira versus Jackson McVeigh. Jackson McVeigh is pretty decent, and I think he's taking this fight on a little bit short notice after having his other fight canceled. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Bruno Ferreira. I just think he's a little bit too well-rounded for Jackson McVeigh. I mean, Bruno Ferreira can grapple. He has nasty KO power, and he can submit people. Like he has submitted people before. I don't see him really doing that to Jackson McVeigh. I think I probably see more so of a KO than a submission. But I'm gonna go with Bruno Ferreira. I just think he's a little bit too high of a level for Jackson McVeigh as a debutee. Next, we have Ryan Spann versus Lucas Brzeski. I'm gonna go with Ryan Spann, but it's very unreliable. I mean, this weight class is so shit. Heavyweight is so garbage now. It's actually kind of insane. It's insane how much this weight class has fallen. This pick is so unreliable. This is a 50-50 fight. Both are shit. They're so bad. They're so shit. Ryan Spann is okay, somewhat, kind of, not really. To be fair to Ryan Spann, he didn't do too bad in his heavyweight debut against Waldo Cortez Acosta, and the loss hasn't aged that badly since, Waldo Cortez Acosta is now very highly ranked. He's in the top 6, which is something I never thought I'd ever see in my life, but that's where we're at with this shitty ass heavyweight weight class. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Ryan Spann just by being a tad bit more gifted in the genetics. That's it. I feel like everybody's picking the same thing, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. Next, we have Adam Fuggett versus Islam Dulatov. Islam Dulatov, I'm definitely going to go with him. I think he's gonna absolutely fucking murder this guy. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Next, we have Atiba Gautier versus Robert Valentin. I'm gonna go with Atiba Gautier. My absolute fucking murder again. Watch these two guys both get fraud checked. That would suck, but it is what it is. That's just the risk we're taking. One of these guys could... Nah, never mind. Nah. None of these guys could get fraud checked. No, I don't think so. Not this time around, anyway. Anyways, next we have Francisco Prado versus Nikolai Veretinnikov. I think that's how you say his last name. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Francisco Prado. He is very, very young. I think he's gonna be improving, even though he's kind of small. I mean, this Nikolai guy, he's 35. 35, why? And you're not even ranked, bro. What the fuck? I'm gonna go with Francisco Prado. Nikolai isn't even that good either. He's coming off of a loss. And I know Prado's coming off of a loss to Jake Matthews, but I mean, how bad really is a Jake Matthews loss, realistically? Like, I get it, Jake Matthews just fluked to win against Chidi, but I mean, hey, he still choked out Chidi, which is kind of impressive to do in the first fucking round. So I'm gonna go Francisco Prado. I think he's gonna be rapidly improving. And I just don't think Nikolai's that good necessarily. So I'm gonna go Francisco Prado. Next, we have Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen. I know some people are going with Brendan Allen. I'm kind of tempted to pick Vettori. I picked Vettori against Delite, and he got completely fucking outclassed. And when you're getting completely outclassed by Delite, yeah, no, I can see why people are picking Brendan Allen. I'm going Brendan Allen, dude. I'm sorry. I can't trust Marvin Vettori to win a fight in 2025 anymore. I'm sorry. I did it before. That was my mistake. I've learned from that mistake. I'm gonna go with Brendan Allen on this one. I'm sorry. Just Marvin Vettori is literally so mediocre. He is the definition of mediocrity, which is exactly why people call him mediocre Marvin, and I can see why. He's just super mediocre. Next, we have Kyler Phillips versus Vinicius Oliveira. Again, I went with Kyler Phillips against Rob Font, and he did amazing in the first round and then proceeded to gas out. So I can't trust this guy, bro. I can't trust him. I don't want to make the same mistake like I did last time, and I've picked against Vinicius Oliveira against Said Nurmagomedov. That was stupid of me. He's shown that he could push a pace against a Nurmagomedov. So if he's able to beat a plot armored fighter, I think he's gonna beat Kyler Phillips, who proceeded to gas and has proceeded to look actually way worse after he popped for PD. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Vincius Oliveira decision. Vincius Oliveira is very good on the feet, and he's shown to be very well rounded too. Next, we have Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. I actually really like the fact that Michael Johnson is having a kind of resurgence in his career. Like, I think he's 3-1 in his past 4 fights, so I'm very happy about that. I just think Daniel Zellhuber is a little bit too good for him. He had an absolute war against Esteban Ribovic, and Esteban's very good. So for Daniel Zellhuber to have a war with him, that's impressive to me. And I also think Daniel Zellhuber is going to be improving every single fight. So unfortunately for Michael Johnson, I will be picking against him. Now, if Michael Johnson wins, I will be so fucking happy. So this is actually kind of like a win-win for me, because Michael Johnson can win. If Michael Johnson wins, I'll be happy. And then if Daniel Zellhuber wins, I at least get my pick right. So, hey, I don't really care. I'm going to go Daniel Zellhuber though. Honestly, it really just matters on what methods I pick on the Tapology if I want to do good, because everybody's going to be picking the same thing. I'm going to go with Ige. Pitbull can win, because I feel like some of these Bellator guys, when they come from Bellator and they like lose their first fight, or if they do shit in their first fight, they have a solid chance to come back in their second and win. And I feel like that's how it's gonna be with Patchy Mix. Like, I think Patchy Mix will probably win his next fight in the UFC, and I think Patricio could too, even though he looked shit against Yair. But that was against a top 5 guy in Yair. Dan Ige isn't that, even though Dan Ige is very good. And he's not like fucking 10 inches taller like Yair Rodriguez was against him. So Patricio has a good chance to win this fight, actually. Has a very good chance. Like, I can see a KO from Pitbull here. I'm fence sitting because this fight is actually quite close in my opinion. But I think I'm going to stick with Dan Ige on this one. I just think he's a little bit more reliable. Next, we have Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Daniel coming off of a kind of comeback against Santiago Ponzinibbio. Not really. It was 1-1 going into the third, but it did look like D-Rod was kind of slowing down in the second round, and I was like, oh shit, I picked D-Rod against Santiago. Please, D-Rod, lock in this third. And he did lock in the third round. But I do think this is the level Kevin Holland can beat. D-Rod is decent, but Kevin Holland, I think, is a little bit better on the striking. I think he'll be able to use his very, very long reach, and I just think he'll pick apart D-Rod, or maybe even finish him. I just think Kevin Holland wins this anywhere it goes. And this is also like one of the few times that you would kind of say Kevin Holland might have a little bit of an advantage on the ground. So that's also another thing to keep in mind. Like with Vicente Luque, you were like, Vicente Luque is very, very good on the ground, and Kevin Holland was still able to submit him. So personally, I think Vicente Luque is a better grappler than D-Rod, and Kevin Holland just submitted Vicente Luque. So I think Kevin Holland will also have a grappling advantage too. So I'm gonna go with Kevin Holland, probably submission or KO. I don't really know yet, but I think Kevin Holland does very well in this fight. And please make the Colby Covington fight. That would be absolute cinema. Make that Colby Covington fight. I need it. Next, we have Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov, the big brute with the big muscles. I'm gonna go with the Roman Kopylov, bro. I feel so fucking cringe just picking the same thing as everybody else. I'm gonna go with Roman Kopylov, man. It's the UFC's fault, man. The matchmaking is shit. I'm gonna go with Roman Kopylov, man. Paulo Costa is just gonna fucking wing hooks for like 1.5 rounds, and he's just gonna gas. But to be fair, people forget, man, Paulo Costa had a close fight against Robert Whittaker. For real though, Paulo Costa, looking back at that fight, he had a very, very close fight with Robert Whittaker. He had a very close fight with Robert Whittaker. So, hey, people forget. Nah, but I'm gonna Roman Kopylov. He's just gonna outclass Paulo Costa, win rounds. I actually think it's probably gonna be a 30-27 in my opinion. I just think Roman Kopylov's too good. And Paulo Costa has just been getting worse, I feel, as the years have gone by. He hasn't evolved. With some of these like big blocky middleweights, they just don't evolve at all. So it just eventually, when the new wave comes, they just get outclassed and beaten. That's just how it goes. And at the main event, we have Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Now, ever since this fight was announced, I've kind of always leaned towards Holloway. I always thought Holloway was going to be the one to probably win this fight. I just thought he was going to be able to win with his pressure and with his volume. But now that it's come down to really picking the fights, I'm actually I'm kind of 50-50. I'm more so 50-50 on this fight than when I was when the fight was first announced. And I'm kind of tempted to go with Dustin Poirier. I don't know why. It's a weird thing that I have going on. I actually really think Dustin Poirier has a solid chance to win. And I'm glad that the odds think so too, because the odds are 50-50. And I really do believe that this is a 50-50 fight. Even though I'm fence sitting and I really am very tempted to pick Poirier, this is his last dance, this is his last fight, I'm going to stick with Holloway. I think Max is going to win with volume. I think he's going to kind of outclass Poirier with superior skill. I do think Poirier has a good chance because, I mean, come on. Poirier has literally beaten Holloway twice before. Even not in ideal circumstances. The first time was when Holloway was not in his prime. Second time was when Holloway was chubby and not properly muscled up for lightweight. And Max also just seems to never win any trilogies, bruh. Like, he just can't win trilogies, so... Hey, maybe this would be another thing where he's 2-0 down, the second fight was kind of close, and then in the third fight he just gets completely demolished. I mean, it could happen again. I feel like the stars are kind of aligning for Poirier to win. I really think that Poirier could win this fight. Jesus, bro, I almost want to pick Poirier. It's a very regretful feeling, but bro, I kind of want to pick him. Ah, shit. Nah, I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going to stick with Holloway by just outclassing Poirier and beating... Oh, dude, I fucking kind of want to go with Poirier. Okay, for real this time, I'm actually going to stick with Holloway. And it doesn't even matter who I pick. We are going to find out Saturday night. We're going to find out Saturday night. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you did. And yeah, I hope you guys have a very good day.